Hi YouTube, so I'm going to do my hair today. As you can see, I've just washed and conditioned it so it lacks any life and it's really boring. Today I'm going to do a side parting. Now, a side parting sounds really easy, and to be fair, it really is. I'm just going to share a few sort of tips and tricks that I've learnt with you along the way. So, first things first, we need to decide which way the hair is going to go. I could go that way, but because I always use this hand when I touch my hair, and that's the way it wants to go, that's the way I always do it, I'm going to go that way. So, hair dryer with the nozzle on. We're going to dry our hair and we're going to dry it in the direction that we want it to go. Don't dry it 100% of the way. You'll see why, because my hair's going to go really fluffy when it gets dry, and I've got a product that's going to stop the fluff. Okay, so my hair's a bit dry now. It's not 100% dry. It's about to go fluffy. It's got to that stage where if I let it dry anymore, it's going to just start going. So, the first product is by L'Oreal Professionnel, and it's a tonic. Now, basically what this does is it encourages a really healthy scalp. Now, I'm fairly lucky in that my scalp was already fairly healthy, but if yours isn't, and it needs a bit of sort of energizing, really good product for you to try. So, the only thing that bothers me about it is that it comes, I don't know if you can see, it comes like that, so you literally, it's like a liquid. It's really hard to get from your hand into your hair. I have been using the lid. So you just pour a little bit on, massage it into your scalp and into your hair. Basically what this will do, one, it feels really nice on your head, because it's sort of cooling. It's got mint in it, which is really good to sort of cool your head down, and it's got ginseng, which sort of wakes everything up, but it also stops any sort of fluff you're going to get. Okay, right, so that's in my hair. Hopefully now you can see that my hair isn't fluffy. It's near enough dry. By this point it would have been out there. Hopefully you can also see that it's sort of all going that way, because that's the way I've dried it, and it does it on its own now, look. So despite the fact I've dried it, it's still all pointing that direction. So that makes the styling a lot easier. Next thing we're going to do is use a gel. This again is by L'Oreal Professionnel, and it's called Clear Fix. The reason I've chosen this gel here is because sometimes when gel goes dry and then you sort of touch your hair a bit, it sort of goes flaky and it looks like dandruff and stuff, which isn't cool. This one, however, doesn't. So we're going to put it in now, but not too much, so about that. Get it in your hair. The reason we're using this now and not using too much of it is because we want the general style. It's going to hold it in place, but it won't go sort of crispy. A nice little trick is to get your comb, put it in the parting where you want it to be, pull down a bit so then you get a line. Don't know if you can see that line. And that line is now where I'm going to put my my parting. So anything below the line goes down, anything above. Now the reason I'm using a comb for now is because I obviously wanted to get it all sort of sorted, neat and tidy. However, I think a comb's cool for sort of like editorial, if you'd like doing a photo shoot or whatever. If you're just out and about, going to work or going to the shops, or you know, just living your normal life, a comb may look a bit too much. So I'm just doing this now, but Arthur's going to run my fingers through, so it looks a bit more natural. So as you can see, I've got the gel in there, but you wouldn't know. My hair doesn't look crispy, it doesn't look sort of like, you know when you get gel and your hair sort of goes into like spikes, it doesn't look like that at all. It just looks, you know, like there's nothing in it really. It's only there to hold it in place. What I recommend is not to use much. A lot of people use far too much product in their hair, and actually it does the opposite effect. Rather than keeping it up, it will sort of weigh it down too much. What you need to do is make sure the product's in the roots. So when you put it in, really sort of massage it through and get it into the roots, and that way you'll have enough hold, and that way you won't need to reapply later. If you keep putting more and more products on, your hair gets too heavy and it will just sort of flop. Okay, so that's the main sort of structure of the hair. You can see we've got the style. It looks nice and neat and tidy. What we're going to do is just dry it into place a little bit, because my hair's quite heavy and this bit here tends to fall down a bit. So I'm going to dry it into place, and then I'm going to put my next product on there to give it the finish I want. Right, so I've dried the gel in there a bit, so it's sort of set into place now, and you can see this bit won't fall down now. So although my hair now is sort of in the right place, my natural hair colour and my natural hair texture is a bit sort of boring and dull. So I'm going to put something on there with a little bit of shine. This is the American Crew pomade. I use this a lot. I use this near enough every day just to finish my hair off, because you always hate what you've got. I know a lot of you are going to go, your hair's fine, it's really nice, but I don't like it personally. I don't like the texture of it. It's a bit sort of boring, nondescript. So a little bit of this for me gives a little bit of shine, a little bit more sort of character to my hair. So you don't need much. The reason I've chosen this one as well, there are lots of products out there that give shine. The reason I've chosen this one is because it's water based and it's really lightweight, and like I say, with a side parting, firstly, because my hair's heavy, it's going to fall down if I put too much product in. It's just going to go. So I don't want too much in there. And also, because it's water based, it's really lightweight, and with a side party, you want it to look sort of very natural. So a little bit of this. You don't need much at all, just like that. So make sure it's evenly dispersed on your hands, because the first thing you do when you put it in your hair, if you've got a big blob of it, it's just going to, and that part of your hair is going to be stuck with a big blob of gel or wax or pomade or whatever you use all day long. Make sure it's really evenly dispersed, and that way you can get it into your roots and get it really evenly layered. You know when you're a kid and you're at high school and you used to just sort of do that with the fringe and leave the rest of your hair blank? That's what it's like. You get a load in one spot and the rest just goes fluffy and awful. So make sure it's really well dispersed and it goes everywhere. So I'm just using my fingers now because, like I say, I've used the comb to give it the shape, but I don't want it to look quite as smart as that for sort of general use. So there you go, that's it done. To finish it off, I'm going to use some of this VO5 Finish It spray. I've been using this a lot. You've probably seen me use this in a few videos. I think it's just a really nice hairspray. It doesn't make your hair crispy, which I hate because I like to be able to touch my hair. It's really practical, it's so easy to use, it's got a little trigger on it, so it's really ergonomic. Can't fault that really, and for the price it's really decent. I never used to use hairspray, but I have started to now, because what I would do in the past, I just use a bit more product. But then, like I say, your hair sort of gets heavy and weighed down. Hairspray is sort of lightweight, but it will give you some extra hold. So it's just peace of mind really. Now, because I want to just give a general sort of hold, I'm going to give it a mist all over. If, for example, I had like a massive quiff and I wanted to sort of hold it, I would start from the root and work my way upwards. Point and shoot, couldn't be easier, got a trigger on it. So there you go, that's a side parting. I don't care what anyone says, side partings are cool. They're really easy to do. They are so on-trend at the minute, they're really fashionable, you know, loads of people are wearing them. You look in magazines and stuff, and you know, all the cool magazines like GQ, all the sort of fashion magazines, people have got side partings. Side partings are cool, end of story. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you taking the time to watch. I mean, you could be watching anything. Like, have you seen the one with the kitten rides the tortoise? Is it a tortoise? I might have made that up completely. I think there's one where a kitten rides a tortoise, and it's really cute. But evidently, because you've got to this point, you're not watching them, you're watching me. So thank you very much, I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you soon.